Hello, everyone out there in Facebook land and LinkedIn and Twitch and wherever else, YouTube, all the places this is streaming to. So I'm Scott Zambelli, as evidenced by that little nameplate there, and I'm with Team Titans Real Estate during the day. I am real estate by day, comic book publisher, artist, etc. at night. So I'm here to talk about Last Light, issue number 1. We are in the ending phase of our Kickstarter, which I'll pop up here. We've passed the minimum funding goal, but we have still have 35 minutes to go. So it'd be nice to have a nice little surge here. If we can get a little $500 surge, that will take us up to our stretch goal, which will throw in a free reward to all physical reward recipients. So I want to post in here, and let's post the links here in the comments. It's also in the original post. So just head on over to the Kickstarter there and grab your copies. So I'll do a quick rundown, then we'll do a little video showing a little bit of what the interior artwork looks like and that kind of stuff, and go from there. So with that said, let's scroll down a little bit. So when you get here, back this project, this green button, that's what you're going to want to go to select your reward. Now, what rewards are available? If you scroll down on the right-hand side, there's the different individual rewards that you can choose for your base reward. We have 5 different covers available, and all 5 are over there in the side. Now, as you can see, there's also photos of each reward, so you know exactly which one you're picking. So you can choose an individual copy if you want, or one of the rewards is for all 5. So if you scroll down here, you get all 5 covers for only $45, which is a great price. These books are 32 full color pages of story. A typical comic book is about 22 pages. So this is almost about a 1.5 times issue. So it's a nice meaty story that you get in this. So the $45 for all 5 is really your best value. Once you have your base reward chosen, the next step is in checkout, you will get what's called the add-ons menu. And in the add-ons menu, I'm scrolling down to that right here, you have some choices of different ways of customizing your reward. So you get the base reward at the beginning, and then any add-ons you want. One of those add-ons is we have 14 pages of interior art available. They're 11 by 17 bristboard marker and ink by Kevin Meinert. And then you can grab any of those you want. And it's original artwork right from the book. Each page is one of a kind. So there's no others like it. And then we have our other titles as well. Crimson Shadows, Wretched Realms, Emmanuel. We have our Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein. We have so many different things available. We have digital versions available. We also have the original copies available where you can get, if you're a collector, we have the individual issues of Crimson Shadows available along with the various covers, but the quantities are very limited now, just to warn you. Some of the covers we were sold out of. So if you're interested in collecting any back issues, or maybe you already have them, but you want to get extras, or you know somebody who might like them, through the add-ons is where you can get it, and you can buy multiple copies if you want. In addition to those individual issues, we have our trade book available. Let me scroll down to that section. So these are all the different variant covers for issue 4. Here's the trade. We have 5 different covers. We have 4 soft covers and 1 hard cover. And so there you see the images of the different cover types. It's just under 200 pages, which is huge for a comic book full color trade. You get all 4 issues combined into one story, plus a bonus of 20 additional pages of story content throughout. along with some special edition stuff at the back of the book. So definitely it's worth the money. You want to grab that if you can. So that's the trade. Some other items we have available are our novels. What's unique about Crimson Shadows is we take the actual original classic monsters, not the pop culture monsters like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and Frankenstein. We take the versions that the original authors intended and use their novels as our origin stories. And then from there, we build those characters into our Crimson universe. And what we do is in these novels, it's the actual novels on the inside. This is the Mary Shelley Frankenstein novel. But each chapter has illustrations by me. And then we have an original prologue and epilogue in each book. And I wrote those. And they feature our version of Dracula narrating and explaining through his narration. It explains how these novels tie into our Crimson Shadows universe. We love the classics, and we want to do this in a way that would help inspire people to go back to those original books and read what those are all about. So there's that. These are some of our other issues: Wretched Realms, Emmanuel. We also have some enamel pins available. You can buy them individually or all 5. Save some money. We have some trading card sets available as well. So we have a nice abundance of rewards that you can add to your package to really customize it to what you want. So I thought I would give a little peek as to the inside. Before I do that, let's go here. Let's remove that. Make this large. So one thing I did is I printed off a test run just to make sure it's going to lay out properly. We still have to add the lettering, but this gives you a good visual of what the book is going to look like, the interiors and the layout, how it's going to be. So like I said, it's just printed on normal copy paper right now. This is just for me for placement and making sure everything's going to flow the way I want. And it looks good. I'm very happy with the results. But so that's what you get. That's the inside. But let's do this really quick and play for you our Last Light music video. I'm going to put that on, and then I'll be right back once it's done.
Through the trees, echo haunting memories.
Alrighty, there you go. So there's a little teaser of that. All those were panels from within the book. We got these automatic lights in here that always time out horribly. Hold on. There we go. They go off every like 10 minutes. So then you got to wave your hands like a fool to get it going again. But anyways, so that was the little video for Last Light. The artwork in there is all from the individual panels within Last Light. So as I said, this is a quick little prototype I printed up for all the pages just to make sure the layouts and the order is exactly how I want it. And very happy with how it's looking. So this, once we have the lettering done, the interiors are all done now with the artwork. Once the lettering's done, off it goes to the printing company, and once that's done and shipped back to us, we'll be able to fulfill all the orders. So yeah, good stuff there. So I will post the link again. I will read a little bit. Now the video showed some of the artwork, but you might be asking yourself, what is Last Light actually about? So there's a little synopsis here I could read. I've read it before. I can read it again. But here we go. The story is this. In the remote, unforgiving wilderness of Siberia, where dense forests and icy expanses guard secrets long forgotten, an ancient terror is about to break free. A terror that will not only rewrite history, but threatens to push humanity to the very edge of extinction. Last Light is a gripping blend of historical fiction, scientific thriller, and cosmic horror that thrusts the readers into the chilling aftermath of the Tunguska event, a mysterious explosion that shattered the Siberian skies back in 1908. What the world assumed was a natural disaster was, in fact, something far more sinister and far more terrifying. In Last Light, science, ambition, and fate collide as the Tsarist military urgently dispatches a team of elite soldiers and brilliant scientists to investigate Ground Zero. Led by the brilliant yet headstrong Dr. Nikolai Akilichenko, the clandestine operation is tasked with uncovering the true source of the cataclysmic event. But as they dig deeper into the Siberian wilderness, they unearth far more than they bargained for. What they uncover is no mere scientific anomaly, but a lurking evil that threatens to infect everything and everyone it touches. As the infecting evil spreads, allies turn into enemies and hidden agendas come to light. Historical figures like the inventor Nikola Tesla, Tsar Nicholas II, and the notorious occultist Grigory Rasputin are drawn into the shadowy struggle for control over this alien power. The deeper they delve, the more they realize that this horrifying force has begun to manipulate minds, turning humanity's fragile reality into a cosmic battleground. So there you go. In this Last Light series, it sets the stage for tense, high-stakes conflict set in the crumbling world of 1908, where political chaos of the Imperial Russian Empire becomes the backdrop for an unfolding nightmare. The nameless horror is stirring, its power growing by the day, and humanity's future slipping through its fingers. The fight for survival and for the soul of the world is only beginning. So that's the basis there in a nutshell. So head on over to the link, check it out, buy your copy. We only have 21 minutes to go. I do want to show another video here also. As I said, you can also get in on the action through the add-ons menu on our Crimson Shadow series. And so if you haven't been part of Crimson Shadows and you don't know what that's like, let me give you... So there's some different characters. Let's look at the Ripper. Who is Jack the Ripper? Here we go. have that. That gives you a little teaser about Jack the Ripper. But in addition to Jack the Ripper, we have Dracula, we have Frankenstein, we have Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. We also have plague doctors and other characters and types of figures from that time period. In addition to that, as the story grows, we got other, it branches out into a much larger universe where we have the Illuminati involved. We also have, even as they start traveling across Europe, we're going to have the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera, all these different iconic characters we are incorporating into the storyline using the original novels as the origin story for those characters, but Crimson Shadows being the vehicle to carry their stories forward and beyond. So it's been a lot of fun working on it so far. We've gotten a lot of work done over the years on this series. So I'm writing. I've written a prequel trade. It's going to be about 150 pages for the events leading right up to the trade that we have now. And then I'm also in the process of finishing the writing for the final trade to create the full arc of that kind of centers around the Jack the Ripper case. And then it will tell its own complete story through those 3 arcs centered around the Jack the Ripper case. But then I have a plan for carrying the story forward if we can build that fan base and enough sales to justify additional story content beyond that. So there's a lot I want to do with it. It's our flagship for Bardstone, and it's been a lot of fun for sure. But that's Crimson Shadows. We are talking about Last Light right now. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knows about this. And we got 18 minutes to go here. So if you just click on that link and let everyone select your reward, but also you can copy that link and then share it. So if you click on the link that I just posted and you get to this page, see these 2 little arrows here? Click that. There's your link. Just copy it and paste that into your social media. Or actually, since I'm live right now, you can even just share. If you're on Facebook, you could share this feed directly on your page so everyone can see it. So let's see what else. One of the other series I talked about is Wretched Realms, which is this series here, Wretched Realms #1. Wretched Realms does tie into the Crimson Shadows universe. And issue #1 is actually the origin story for a much younger bounty hunter that we later see in the Crimson Shadows series. So Wretched Realms follows this bounty hunter. So issue 1, the bounty hunter captures the main guy he's hunting down. And then in future issues, the plan is to follow the bounty hunter's path across America and in the wilderness and Wild West, and encountering various cryptids. And if you're not familiar with cryptids, they're like local mythological type creatures. Bigfoot, for instance, is a cryptid, and different beings like that. So as he's got his travels across America and his encounters with various cryptids, and then eventually in his tale, I don't know, it probably won't be in the Wretched Realm series, but he picks up a bounty to head over to England to try to hunt down Jack the Ripper, and that's how he ends up in Crimson Shadows. So that's what we're doing here. But it's a nice standalone story. It doesn't have to be part of any other stories. The issue 1 is its own self-contained story. And then we have Emmanuel, God with Us, which I don't think I have a copy here in front of me. I don't. But Emmanuel is biblically inspired. It's written out the full script to be from front to back the 4 gospels of the Bible in chronological order, with all of the passages included so that you miss nothing. So Emmanuel #1 is that first issue. And it will go on from there to finish it out. So I've got a lot on my plate to finish all these. It's been a lot of fun to do them, but it's good times. But we got to get the backers to make this happen. So Last Light is a fun storyline. The plan with Last Light. So this particular issue explores what's called the Tunguska event. It's a real life event that happened in Russia. It's an explosion that was so large. It's the largest recorded impact on our planet in recorded human history. The only impact bigger by scientists' estimation would be the actual asteroid that they say killed the dinosaurs. So that's how large of an impact this area is. We tie that into the story of Tesla, Nikolai Tesla, and his experiments in New York. He has what is infamously called the death ray. He was doing experiments to do wireless transmission of power. And this tower of his, he had done some test firings of. And in our story, the test firing goes awry. He misses his targeted impact zone and hits Russia instead. The theory behind this is he could hit anywhere he wanted by bouncing his ray off the upper atmosphere and reflect it downward so he could get to places on the other side of the planet. His initial test run was to go towards the North Pole. Now, if you draw a straight line from where he was to the North Pole, but then keep extending, it leads to the area in Tunguska where this happened. So there are people out there who believe Tesla is responsible for the Tunguska event. Obviously, nothing has been definitively proven. But that doesn't stop us having fun in this story for Last Light. So Tesla's experiment is the catalyst to everything. He fires and bounces it off the atmosphere, and then stuff happens. Our story explores the aftermath of that and what happens to the people in that area that got hit in Siberia. As this story goes on, as you know, with most governments, we explore what happens when a government gets its hands on something that it views as a potentially powerful weapon that it might be able to weaponize and use for its own gains. We tie it into the opening events of World War I. We also have at the beginning of all this, Tsar Nicholas II is in charge of Russia, but that's going to be short-lived. History shows us what happens to them. And then you have the Bolshevik Revolution, the collapse of the czars and the imperial royalty, and the rise of communism. And Last Light kind of weaves its story through all of those historical events. And so we've got some fun stuff planned on that. So good times. But I'm looking forward to this being published and getting into everyone's hands. We only have 11 minutes to go. So I think what I'll do this. Right now I'll play another Crimson Shadows video. And then we will, from there, I'll do one more I'll do the Last Light video. Well, it's a long one though. It's 3 minutes. I don't want to do 3 minutes. Let's do one more Crimson Shadows. We've got, the Plague Doctors. Let's check out who the Plague Doctors are in Crimson Shadows. And there you have it. One thing I want to point out too is gotta give a shout out to the team involved. So I'm only a part of this whole process. What we have here, let me move that for a moment. So like I said, this is a little prototype I printed up. So we got, samples of everything, but on the bottom here, we have the names of everybody involved. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody. First and foremost, we have Darren O'Brien. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him since 10th grade, which at my young age was like 5 years ago. Not really, but Darren is a good friend of mine. He is the creator of the Last Light series and the basic storyline behind it. And then you got as the writers for Last Light, you got both Darren O'Brien and myself, Scott Zabelli. Together, we co-wrote the script and the storyline and adapted it to comic book format. Then after that, the layouts and pencils were done by me. Then we forwarded on over to Kevin Miner to handle the inks. He also does the inks for our Crimson Shadow series. Always love to see what Kevin does with those inks. After we got those back, sent it over to Shara Lima, who is our color flatter. She's worked on a few of the issues for Crimson Shadows, also Wretched Realms. She's done some of our Poe books, and now she's also done Last Light for us. So she does a great job there. Actually, what I should do is pull up our website so you can see bardstone.com. Let's pull that up. Let's see, stop. Let's present that screen. Share screen. Here we go. All right. So here's our bardstone.com page. So if you go there, and you can see there's links to our current Kickstarter there. But let's go to the team. So as I mentioned, Kevin, he does the inks. Brett is our letterer who handles that after I get done with the colors, which I just recently did. So I'll be forwarding that on to Brett. There's me and all our credits. We've had many guest artists over the years on our various books. There's Shara. She handles our color flats. There's Darren, who is the creator and co-writer of Last Light. Then we have some others as well. So yeah, that's the path. So it goes to Shara for color flats after we have the inks done. And then it goes over to me to finish colors. And then it goes over to Brett to finish the lettering. And from there, we send it to the printing company to print. So good times. Good times are had by all. Let's see here. Let's put this back up. Let's see where we're at. So 6 minutes to go. I'm going to play one more time the video for Last Light, and then we'll walk out those last few minutes to make sure everything goes okay. Here we go. One more video of Last Light.
cold skin. Through the trees, echo haunting memories. Heartbeats slow decrease, life's a bitter disease. Broken dreams lost in the night, bitter taste, alpha bite. Fight the end with all your might, just like final sight.
All right. And that gets us into those final 3 minutes. Anybody watching wants to be part of it, the link is in the main comments, or I've posted a bunch of times in the regular comments. So head on over. These are your final minutes. 3 minutes to go. We're about to get the regular countdown going on the screen there. So we'll see where it goes. It's been a lot of fun working on this. Started on it about a year ago, actually. The very initial meetings with Darren to kind of narrow this story down. He's got a much larger universe in mind for projects he wants to do. And in talking about that, he's actually got a chunk of the story that is his main story. And in talking to him about that story, the backstory for his universe is what we're focusing on. This is more the backstory part of it that leads into his bigger story. So it's been a lot of fun brainstorming these concepts, and we got some really cool ideas for the upcoming issues as well. So it's been a lot of fun. One of the coolest things, though, you got zombie polar bear in here. It's not truly a zombie, but it's the best way of kind of explaining it, for your quick little 10-second description. Zombie polar bear is the best way to describe it, but it's a powerhouse of destruction in this story, and it plays a key role especially in issue 2, and I believe in issue 3 also. So there's some plans we have for this polar bear as it goes on. Good times, like I said. So here we are, where it says 118 seconds to go. We're in the final countdown here. You got to get in there. I'll post the comments. I don't know if there's enough time to get there, but I'll do one last post of the link. Be ready to grab it and get in there and grab it if you're going in there right now. But we've hit our minimum funding goal, so it is going to be shipping out and everything according to the timeline that we posted. So I'm not worried about that. But at Bardstone, we really appreciate all of you who take part in our Kickstarters. We have a great loyal following of people who just keep coming back and ordering our titles. Like I said, Crimson Shadows kind of got put on the back burner during this time period to finish this issue, but I'm putting it back in the front burner. So I'm really going to work hard to close out that story for all of you readers of that. Under a minute. We're in those final seconds here. We're at the 50-second mark. And then we get the little explosion of confetti on the screen when that occurs. Once we close, and keep an eye out in the next... I have a Comic-Con this weekend, so I'm going to try tomorrow morning to send out questionnaires to everybody who was a backer. So I'm hoping to send that out tomorrow morning. So watch your emails for that, and be sure to reply to the surveys, because I'll need those answers to ship your rewards to you. And then I'll just do updates throughout along the timeline to let you know when certain mile markers are hit. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. The confetti is there. So it's official. It is fully funded. There we go. Another successful Kickstarter. I believe this was our 15th Kickstarter, I think, for Bardstone. So as always, we appreciate everyone for taking part in this and all the efforts of everyone involved. We're just going to keep churning out these things for you guys. So stay tuned. Crimson Shadows will be next on my front burner. Not sure about Kevin and Brett, what they have in their cookers, but I'm sure they're also, stewing up another great product for you guys. So thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. God bless.